Man, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, man. I hope everybody had a great Thursday. It's one more day closer to Friday. Thank goodness. Oh, man, one more day of work, and it's the weekend for me. Man, I hope everybody had a safe day. Hope you guys are listening to what they're telling us. Trying to stay safe. We want to open things back up, but man, it ain't time yet. It's not time yet. Tonight, man, I got my girl on here, Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Yes, y'all know her. If y'all don't know her, it's about time y'all get to know her, man. My girl Wanda Parker from Garland, Texas. I want to say that's where, or at least that's where she's from now. But like I said, if y'all don't know her, man, it's time to get to go with my girl, man. I'm gonna bring her to the screen. Miss
Hey,
Parker, Miss Parker, what's up?
what's good?
Enjoying the weather.
Let's have a good show.
Cheers, absolutely, man. So what's the good word out there?
Hot storms. It's that time of year for Texas. We get it. We get the storms pretty bad right about now.
Yeah, that's it. That's one thing I don't miss.
And I don't like it. I'll be the one under the bed, like when the lightning gonna stop. I'll be looking for an adult. I'll be looking for an adult to come chaperone me when it's thundering and lightning. I don't do it. I
Oh
hate it.
no, mm-mm. No. See, I don't even. I barely feel the earthquakes that we have. So yeah, I'm good.
But it's all right. If I'll take this over some snowstorms that I've been in. I've been in a couple of blizzards, so I'll take Texas weather any day.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, look, tell us a little bit about yourself because we already got some questions that's popping up ready for you.
I am like my Facebook page says. I'm a girl from the 419 living in the 214. What that means is I'm from a town called Toledo, Ohio. Actually, I am from one of the founding cities of TNBA.
Oh,
Born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. Graduate of Bowling Green State University, Bowling Green, Ohio.
okay, okay. All right. Well, look, we're gonna start it off. Ken wanted to know what made you decide to run for TNBA Queen.
Well, I actually did it twice. The first time I did it because I was told I was going to do it. And the second time I did it because my mother had won 3 years prior. And it was something I wanted to be able to do with my mother.
Okay.
Hey, Ron.
So, born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, what made you move to Dallas?
Um, Graduated from college, was a new mom. My mother was already living here. My mother and my stepfather were already here. I thought I'd come and see what it was like, and I ain't went back yet.
It don't seem like you gonna go there.
Maybe. Never say never. Texas is an acquired taste.
And how long have you been out in Texas?
Almost 30 years.
Oh yeah, you ain't going back.
Almost 30 years. Every time I threaten to go back to the Midwest, it snows. And I'm like, okay, nah.
No. Ed said, "Are you ready to bowl with him in July?"
She ready. Yes, we're gonna have a ball.
What
Yes.
What's in July?
Well, we're on a team for Team USA together.
Oh,
So
okay,
we're hoping they're gonna have it.
right. That part right there.
What's up, Jay? I'm waiting on your queen. I'm waiting on your queen application. You next.
Uh-oh. What work do you do?
I don't. I'm retired.
What?
I am retired. I retired from 29 years of service with Health and Human Services, with Texas Health and Human Services, December 31st.
So
I
you got it made.
I used to be a social service program manager. I used to manage the managers that run the food stamp Medicaid office. And at one point, I was responsible for all the children's Medicaid across Dallas Fort Worth.
Wow.
But yeah, I have been officially retired for 5 months.
Okay. Hey, as future vice president of TNBA, what would you do different?
You know, um, when and if that time comes, I think my goal would be to solicit smart people like Mr. Rogers and people that I know that have thought processes about the bowling side. You know, as far in equation to money and business, because we all talk about the bowlers and what they need, but somebody still has to know that business part.
Yeah.
I have not to this day stepped up to do it because I wasn't ready to give up bowling. I have not been ready to not bowl. Whereas, because you know, when you get to that level, and I tried it at the local level, people want to come to talk to you about where's my award when you own 7 in a row. And I don't want to have the reputation of, dang, she mean. So you got to be ready to handle that piece. So for as much as I know TNBA needs some changes, I haven't stepped up to do it because I don't think I'm ready to step away from bowling at the level that I want to bowl yet. But if and when Ron calls me and says, okay, we're going to do this, since I've already committed myself to do it, then I will be soliciting some help. I just think that we have a lot of people within TNBA that are smart, that know a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things about people on here that I didn't know, as far as what their expertise are, what their business minds are. And TNBA needs those things. But we all have to be ready to make the commitment. We complain about the commitment that people like my mother and them have made, but they've made it. TNBA has been their life. And until we're ready to make that commitment, we got to be supportive, but you can't down them and just say they got to go until we're ready to step in and take over.
There you go. Hey, Ron said, you heard that. She waiting on you, Ron. Put your presidency in. Here we go. Will Young said, what is your best finish in the Rodman?
5th. I finished 5th last year, 2019.
Okay.
I have been 5th. I've been 8th. I've been 6th. I have scratched the surface, and I finally made the finals and had a chance to win my match and needed to double and didn't. So that's what keeps me hungry to go back to the Rodman, because I get closer and closer.
There you go. Hey,
hi, Nancy. I saw you.
Growing up, did you have an easy childhood?
I don't know about easy, but I won't complain. My mom was a single mom. My parents have been divorced since I was very young. But the good part was they both got remarried and were remarried for 40 years. And I guess God felt like I needed 2 sets of parents. So I was good. I had my mom before she got remarried, single mom, worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs. So I learned independence pretty early. But my dad was always there to support and help out. And then, like I said, when they both got remarried, I had 2 sets of parents. So, you know, I won't complain. I have hardworking parents that, you know, middle-class American parents. I, like every other child, had my challenges, had my situations, had my fights and squabbles in the street with the other kids, and kept it moving.
There you go. What other sports did you excel in?
Actually, I just found out within the last 6 months that I'm the only female in the high school that I went to varsity in 4 sports in 3 years. I was one of those kids that I was better than average in a lot of stuff. So I played in high school. I played varsity volleyball, varsity basketball. I did track and field and cross country, both at the varsity level.
Okay.
And actually, before that, I played softball. So I was better than average in a lot of stuff. And I bowled. I learned to bowl really young. What I should have done, though, had I been smart, was instead of being better than average in a lot of stuff, narrowed it down and been damn good at one thing.
Yeah. Yes and no. You gave yourself opportunities. That's what it was.
And I did the same for my daughter. When my daughter was coming up, try stuff. Try the things that you like.
Ron said, so he can't bowl the Rodman if he's in leadership?
Oh, no. Oh, sometimes you have to change the culture. It don't always have to be. That's how we've always done it. So in
Wait. Mr. Clark said, yes, you can bowl the Rodman as an officer.
Stop trying to get that gavel away, Dewan.
Yeah. All right. Hey, do you believe you still have the motivation and drive to compete at a high level?
Actually, I haven't even. I'm just scratching mine. The one thing about me that a lot of people may or may not know is I put bowling down for a little while. Probably at a point where I was really, really starting to excel with bowling. I put it down because my daughter was playing high school ball, and I am a single mother of one. And the one thing I knew was I'd never get a chance to see her start varsity. I'd never get a second chance to be the president of the booster club or to run the snack bar to help the kids raise money. I'd never get another chance to see her play Division I ball, which was her goal, and we got there. So when she got to that point, I put bowling down, and I traveled as much as I could. When she went to my daughter played ball at Arkansas Pine Bluff, but whenever they got close, I traveled. I drove to wherever I could watch her play for as long as she played. And so I put bowling down really competitively for probably like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. And then I picked it back up, got back into it slowly. And I'm just at that point where I'm learning some things. I'm really, really focusing on me. My daughter is grown now. My grandson is 6. They don't need as much of my attention. So it's mom's time. So I'm just scratching the surface when it comes to my competitiveness in the game of bowling.
There you go. Hey, Gail Rogers said, what position did you play in basketball?
Back in the day when I played, because of my height, I was a 4. And it was only because, it was only because of my height. I was thin, but I was tall. Yeah, but I was thin in high school. And so I had to play down in the post, even though nowadays a girl my height would be a 2.
Yeah.
But I played the 4 and sometimes the 5 and learned how to battle.
There you go. Hey, what is your highest series?
785.
785.
Shot at the TNBA Nationals in Reno.
Nah. Hey, what does it mean to you to represent the Storm and Logo Infusion brand as a woman, as an African American woman?
Wow. I'll start with Logo because Logo was my first within that group. I was on a staff with another jersey company before I got Logo, but when I met the Logo team, I was really, really impressed with just how they interacted with me, their goals, the direction that they were trying to grow the company. The company, when I got on the team, wasn't as big as it is now.
Right.
And Mike and Ken, they were, just the nicest people. And they knew genuinely my concern was just, how do we make y'all more money? It wasn't about what they could do for me more so is, how can I help you make more money? What do we need to do? And so I don't necessarily know with them that that it makes a difference as far as me being a Black female. Just that they put their trust in me to help grow their brand. Now with Storm, that's a little different because we talked about this the other night on one of your other shows that not much diversity with the ball companies.
Right.
So when I got the phone call that I got from Gary Holzenberg to be a part of a team he was creating, and his conversation was, Wanda, I need you because I'm doing something I think that you will be good to help me get to be successful at. That meant a lot to me because I'm a female, because I'm Black, because I don't have a arm list of 300s and 800s, and because that man's really only met me a few times, but obviously when he met me, there was something about me that he remembered.
Okay.
And he felt like there was something about me that could help him help Storm.
Well, like I said, I'm sure Storm is happy to have you, because they do have someone absolutely amazing to represent their brand. That's for sure.
Well, thank you. And actually my position has changed. Like John was telling you the other night, we started out in a different group. A couple years ago, they started this group and it was called the Storm Brand Ambassadors. There was only 12 of us across the country. And I was one of the original 6 that Gary handpicked. And then we, through resumes, picked the other 6. And that group worked for 2 years. And the goal was for us to bring ideas to the table to help Storm increase their market share.
Uh,
Unfortunately, Storm has so much going on that he really couldn't put as much time into the group as he really wanted to. So they changed us and made us all amateur ball staffers. So now I'm learning it in a different way. I'm learning how to be a ball staff, to do ball staff stuff, and it's different than what I used to do.
Okay. Devon said, how many perfect games do you have?
None.
0.
I am dubbed by my teammate Jason Maryland the queen of 11 in a row. I can throw the front 11. I can throw the back 11. I am the queen until it's time. And it's time. And I am going to get over that hurdle because I'm ready to renounce that throne. But I am the queen of 11 in a row. I got a bunch of 299s and 290s. Probably more than I care to admit, but
it's coming.
It's coming.
Hey, where is your favorite place to bowl?
City-wise, I like bowling. I like bowling in Detroit because they get after it. Ain't no bullshit. They get after it. They coming for you. They got money. We went to TNBA Nationals in Detroit. It was a dude outside cooking. They had money floating from table to table. It was action. They had drinks. It was a party, but they was getting after it. I like bowling in atmospheres like that.
Right.
So I like bowling in Detroit.
Hey, I can't say, because I did go to Detroit and we were at, I think, Thunderbolt Lanes?
Yeah.
Man, and after TNBA Bowl, they had a whole nother tournament. Music was blasting.
That's the weekend I'm talking about.
Yes. Hey, I can't say that had to be the best tournament or the most fun I had at a tournament. I was like, dude, this is off the chain right here.
It was nice.
Yeah, me, Vern, and Jello, we talk about that all the time. We was like, dude, they had it popping.
It was, that's what I'm saying. Weekends like that, they get after, they going to make that money, but they gonna have a good time in the process.
Yeah, that's most definitely they did. Name some of your favorite mixed doubles partners.
Well, since you would never bowl with me, Daryl Smith, I can't say you. I don't think I was good enough to bowl with you back when you were still bowling. But you know what? I like bowling with different partners. My forever doubles partner is Godfrey Wilson from St. Louis. He puts up with me. He drags me. Sometimes he has to kick and push me. But we gonna win our Rodman doubles. We didn't cash. We didn't got the places, but we gonna win our Rodman doubles before we die. I have a lot of partners I like bowling with. I like bowling with Ron. I like you and I bowled together.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't bowl great, but we had a good time.
We did have a good time, and that's right there.
That's what's important for me. I like bowl. I bowl doubles with Eric Daniels. I bowl doubles. Jello's never bowled doubles with me, so what did he say? No, I don't like you. So you know what? You are now fired. Oh, I like bowling. I like bowling doubles with people that I have a good time with. and people that are going to make me work. I got to bowl doubles for the first time with Quentin Collins this year at NDO.
Okay.
And I was nervous at first. You know, Quentin can strike.
I strike a lot of times.
And I wasn't striking at first, and he was like, "Can you just do what you do?" And then it was all good. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I have, outside of G, I don't know if I have any favorite doubles partners. Shoot, those that can drag me to the pay window, you my favorite.
Hey, what's your favorite layout?
You know what my favorite layout is, because I get it at your shop. I've got a new layout that I really like, and it's a negative drill for me because I done got old and my ball speed is real slow. So they didn't push my pin over above my middle finger and kick my CG out a little bit. So I really love that layout because it still gives me the control look that I like, even on the stronger equipment. Whereas before, when I was having them with the pin up and they were going longer and snapping, it was either burning up front or I was leaving a lot of corners. So that new layout with that pin over my middle finger is great.
Okay.
And Mike, and oh, you know what? Can we do something before we go any further?
Absolutely.
I don't know if he's watching, but a shout out and a happy birthday to the best ball driller in Dallas-Fort Worth. Happy birthday, Joe. Joe Feinling is his birthday today, and he runs the pro shop, the bowling shop, which is one of my sponsors. I'm on staff with the bowling shop, and he is the best.
Joe,
it's his birthday. Feinling.
Finally. Okay. If I see him, I'm sure I'll make sure I put it up there for you. Yeah, I'll make sure. Here we go.
Thank you.
What message would you give our future bowlers that want to achieve at a higher level?
You got to practice. Learning is repetition with anything. And I've learned with talking to other bowlers and other coaches that muscle memory that we gain is through practice. And if you want to, your level comes when you get out what you're putting in. It's just like a computer. And I really do believe that now, and I'm even focusing on that more for myself. You get out what you put in. So the higher you want to go, the more work you're going to do.
Yeah, there you go. What is your favorite tournament to bowl?
The Rodman. It is, and I'm telling you, honestly, and this is probably gonna sound real bad, but it ain't like the Rodman pay a lot of money in comparison to some other tournaments that I've been to. But for some reason, the Rodman has my heart. The Rodman is one that probably because I didn't got so close.
Right.
And for the Southern Rodman, I've met so many good people at the Southern Rodman. My St. Louis family, my Atlanta family. I didn't know any of those people before I bowled the Rodman the first time. And no matter what, that stays. No matter how good I bowl, no matter how bad I bowl, my Rodman family, my Southern family is my Southern family. And I've missed a couple of Rodmans. I started bowling the Rodman probably in '94, and I think I've missed 2, maybe 3 at the most. I try not to miss that if I don't miss nothing else.
Okay. Hey, which would you rather have? A string of cashes in the women's division or a title in the senior women's division?
Hey. Can you not tell my business? Now you're telling people I'm eligible to bowl seniors.
Oh.
Dang. I think I'm ready for the title. The string of cashes is cool, but I'm ready for the title. I had some titles on this side, and I didn't got older, and these girls throw it fast. So fighting for some titles on that side, and now yes, I am eligible to bowl as a senior. So yeah, I think I'm ready for it. I think I choose the title.
Woo, you are.
I am probably older than you think.
But you still look good, Wanda Parker.
Thank you. Good. I got good genes. I get that from my mama.
Nah. Hey, becoming TNBA queen, what did that mean to you? And what does TNBA personally mean to you?
Like I said earlier, becoming queen of TNBA, Honestly, the first time I did it, because my mother made me, and I didn't even understand. I didn't even understand what all went into it, because I was in my 20s, and I wasn't even. I'm bowling at that time. I'm averaging about 180, 85, wearing my skirts thigh high, saying, "Get your purse and pick a pair." I wasn't even. I mean, that's what my mentality was. It wasn't nothing about TNBA and being a queen. But when I did it this time, partly because of some of the stuff that came with it, when it was all said and done, it probably meant more to me than I thought it was going to mean to me. I really only, my main reason for doing it is because it was something I wanted to do with my mother. And as I got through it, because I started and then I stopped doing it. Had some life things go on and didn't think I was going to be able to finish. And then this man that I love to death, that he died a couple months ago. He made something happen for me that I didn't even think he was going to be able to make happen for me. And when that money came through for me, he was like, "You need to be the queen. Like, let's have it. Let's get it." So, and because of people like him, and I will miss Jim Welch every day, because he put that out there for me when I really thought that I was just going to put it down and I wasn't even going to continue running. Him and Bowmore looked at me and was like, "You said you wanted to do this, so let's go." And he died, but he was able to share it with me.
Right.
So that, even after his passing, has made being queen even a bigger deal for me. As far as TNBA, I have grown up on TNBA. I used to avoid my mother because our conversations usually ended up about TNBA. So I like that TNBA is something that's ours. I wish we wouldn't have laxed some of the rules and made some of the changes, not because I wanted to be segregated, but I still want it to be a reason for it to be ours. And if you want to be a part of it, it ain't just a come get in. You still got to support. Meaning, back in the day when I first started bowling the Robins, you had to bowl a TNBA sanctioned league in order to bowl the Robins, right, or to bowl Cleveland. That was important because that meant throughout the course of the season, you are supporting TNBA. You ain't just going to buy a card just to go to the scratch tournament.
Right.
That was important. That made TNBA ours. And when I say ours, I mean members, people that put in the time. So those are the type of things that, when you hear the history, and I have heard a lot about the history of TNBA, we went through a lot to be able to bowl. So it's important. It's important for us to at least appreciate what we have. And I don't think we do. I don't think we appreciate it the way that we should, me included. And there has to be a way for us, as the generation down from the generation as they're trying to hold it together, to be able to be as competitive as we want to be and still bring the legacy forward.
Right.
We just got to find a way to loop the two. Because I think the biggest problem with our generation is we still want to bowl. And history has shown, when you're in leadership of TNBA, it's hard to bowl.
Yeah.
And man, but let me do something in the middle of your show. I'm gonna do something I don't think anybody's ever done. I'm gonna have a giveaway on your show.
Hey, there we go.
In representation of Storm Bowling Products and the Queen of TNBA. I have a trivia question for everybody that's watching. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look, once we get done, I'm going to go through the responses and we're going to find the fifth person in honor of Cinco de Mayo. The fifth correct answer. I'm going to DM you, get your address, and I'm going to send you a goodie bag from Storm and me.
That's what's up.
So now here's the question. Before Hammer, Storm was the national ball sponsor for TNBA. And Storm was the first ball company to put the TNBA logo on a ball. Tell me what ball it was and what year the ball was released.
Ooh.
Now we can continue on, and people send your responses, because when this is over, I'm going to go through the responses, and the 5th correct answer, I'll DM you, and you can send me an address, and I'll send you a special gift from Storm.
Repeat that question. Just one, a little, just for these people, so they know now.
Storm put out a ball Storm put out a ball with the TNBA logo on it. It's the first ball that the TNBA logo was ever put on. What ball was it, and what year was the ball released?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Debbie and Dewan are excluded.
All right, so we're gonna go back to a couple of questions here. Maurice Moore asks, have you ever thought about coaching at any level?
Yes. I am a certified USBC certified level coach. I'm a first level coach, and I did that because I coached high school. 2010, I coached girls varsity bowling. Got asked by an old sponsor, a man that used to sponsor one of my teams. He's like, Wanda, I need some help. And I went, and it was the best experience ever to coach a high school team, because unfortunately these girls had never bowled. They were a bunch of new bowlers.
Right.
So it was great towards the middle to the end of the season to see the light bulb come on, and they'd be like, hey, it worked. And see them excited about picking up spares. And so, yeah, I do. I've coached basketball. I coached basketball for years at the elementary school and high school level, select ball with my daughter. I do. I would like to coach. I'm not sure at what level, but I would like to coach bowling.
Okay.
Man, check this out, Sia Bluford. After I heard your resume the other day, I'm gonna try to get in line and give you my resume and say, can you bowl with me? Man, and it's funny how many people that bowling, you meet people. I don't know how many times that's it, and I may have ever crossed paths in bowling, but we just actually met a couple years ago. Just like I just met you a couple years ago. You remember where we met?
Yes.
I mean, and you see so many people in the bowling alley, and you don't necessarily, you see them high by, but you don't know much about them. You don't know their names. And one day they're in a group that you're in a group, and then you meet people, but you don't, I really want to get to that point where I want to bowl to have fun. Nowadays, I'm at that level where I bowl better when I'm having a good time. There used to be a time where that laser focus and that thought process was, if you can't give me 220, don't come over here and give me $1. But sometimes it's just got to be fun. You make more money with people when you're having a good time, and you bowl better. That doesn't mean that I'm not competitive, and that don't mean that I'm not I don't want to win, because I would be lying, and anybody that knows me know I would be lying. My parents will tell you I'm not good with losing. That's probably why I've never been married, because I don't lose well. I don't do loss well. So definitely. Wow.
Hey, this how you know bowlers are good, when they call themselves bums. Like, come on, man.
You know what? And he knows. I'd fly to Ohio to bowl with him. Where you need me to meet you? Not even a question.
Right.
Clarence Delano Merriweather, they don't know that about me, and you need to stop telling them that. Those people, you knew me at another time in another place. It's one of my college. That's my baby brother from college. He knows some stuff about me. He's seen me play ball. He's seen me in a whole different thought process.
Oh, well, hey, Clarence, if that's the case, then, man, go ahead and shoot some questions on here. We need to know what Wanda Parker is about. Don't hold tight. This is the show that keeps it all the way 100. So ask them questions, because we about to put Wanda on that hot seat. So
I'm mature now.
Hey,
that was 30 years ago.
It's okay. Nope.
I'm a mature individual now.
You can be mature, but we want to know the story. Hey, and we love the Wanda now, but we want to know the Wanda. Oh yeah, yeah, that's okay. Hey, come on, Clarence. I'm waiting on some questions, brother.
All he gonna do is ask you when we gonna finally do our podcast. That's what he gonna ask. He's been trying to get me to do a podcast for years. He lives in Cleveland, and he came to the tournament one time, and we were having this conversation. And you know, I'm a sports nut. I watch sports at least 3 times a day. I wake up, I watch sports before I watch the news. And so we were having this conversation, and there's a phrase that I was using at the time, and he was like, "You know, that could be your sports show." So he's been trying to get me to do a sports podcast. So don't ask that question. We'll talk. Now that I'm retired.
Look, Ron said he used to not even be allowed to speak to you. Man, that's crazy.
That's because you saw me. He saw me on the lanes, and when I was Ron and I met in Cleveland probably 20 plus years ago. But I'm like seeing some of the rest of them that have been talking. When I'm bowling. It ain't that I'm standoffish. It ain't that I'm anything but I'm trying to get this money. And depending on what's going on, I'm trying to beat or get into that cut. I'm trying to get to to the pay window. I ain't got time to be talking to you. Talk to me later.
Hey, Clarence asks, what are your top 3 lessons you've learned from your youth?
Don't mix Mad Dog 2020 and grape soda ever again in life.
Why? Don't drink Mad Dog. What are you talking about? That's horrible.
College experiences. I went to college in the Midwest. We did stuff like that.
All right, what's the next one?
You know, like I said earlier, one of the things I learned that hindsight is what it is. I would have focused on one sport and been great at it instead of being better than average in a lot of stuff.
Right.
Because I was naturally good. I was a natural volleyball player and could have really done some things had I put in the time. And when volleyball season was over, I was going straight to basketball season. When basketball season was over, I was going straight to track season. Before volleyball season even got started good, I was running cross country. And I was doing all those things and getting accolades for it, but probably not to the level that I could have. Third lesson that I probably would have learned as a youth. I don't know. I think I probably would have been more confident as a kid. I probably would have. I think I've learned that it's not arrogance. It is okay to be confident. As a kid, I played that down to not offend people. And as an adult, I realized I should have never. That's not a way of life. That's not the way you should live life.
Right, there you go. That's a good one there. Let's see here. Ron asks, are you enjoying the retirement? Oh, I mean the mature lifestyle now.
Yes, Lord. I think about you every day when I'm having breakfast and I know you working. I am really enjoying it. I do plan to go back to work because I think I'm too young not to work. I was just tired of doing what I was doing. As the first career I had, I did it because I needed to. It was something I needed to do. I'm ready now for a career for something that I want to do.
Hey, Sherry Stingley from up north said, can you tell us who Clarence is?
Clarence Delano Merriweather is a very, very good friend of mine from college that I really adopted as a baby brother. We were both graduates of Bowling Green State University. He's probably my favorite alpha. And just, you know how you had those friends that you might not see each other for 10 years. But when you talk and when you see them, It's like you talked to them yesterday. And I have some friends like that from college that I really, really am blessed to know that I met and that I've been able to keep.
Yo, your buddy is hilarious.
Ooh, I told you don't marry that woman.
We have never bowled together. It's from Maurice Moore. We have never bowled together, and we are from Ohio. That's messed up. But tell us about your basketball career.
We will, Mo. We will. Godfrey, the one that be blocking. You know, I can't come to Cleveland. I bowl with G in Cleveland. We're going to have to find something else to bowl. I really want to come. They have events in Cleveland, and he's doing some events. And one of my goals is to go and bowl some more events. Especially now that I'm not working. One of my goals is to go bowl some more events. So I will definitely hope that me and Mo get a chance to bowl. My basketball career was cool. I started playing basketball probably in the 5th grade. I've always been a taller kid, but always very thin. So, but always not necessarily as gifted at that as I was volleyball, but just more driven. I always wanted to play basketball. And was gonna make sure that it worked. I played elementary, high school, tried to play college, but when I got to college, I learned that everybody that goes to college to play basketball was good where they came from.
They was hoopers.
They were good where they came from, and that's the lesson I learned, that I didn't put in enough work for the D1 level. I hadn't put in enough work. Had I focused, had I given basketball all of my time, had I given basketball a full year of my time versus just November or October through February, probably would have been a different scenario, a different outcome. But I played the game up until probably 10 years ago. I played as an adult and I played up until my daughter turned 18 so I could play with her.
Okay.
So I have a couple of championships, city rec league championships as an adult. But I played until I was about 41. And that's because I wanted to play until my daughter was 18 and was old enough to play adult league.
Okay. Hey, what is one thing you enjoy the most being a glamour?
My grandson is great. We never had a boy. So it's been a learning experience for me. Just like right now with everything going on with the situation, my daughter works because she's an essential staff. So she works, she's working from home. So I'm homeschooling my grandson so my daughter can have some peace at the house while she's working. And so we do homeschooling and we go outside and we play catch. We dribble the ball. I'm getting to work with him on some stuff do the same things with him that I did with my daughter. But now I'm getting to see that from a different viewpoint. I'm seeing it from a boy's point of view instead of a girl's point of view. My daughter had dog in her as a ball player, but it's a different kind of dog when it's that dog and then that girl versus trying to bring up dog in a boy.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm having a good time. Actually, my grandson is probably going to be a baseball player more so than a basketball player, and he loves it. So every day we go outside and play catch. I had to go buy a mitt. I was trying to play catch with him, and he didn't got to where he's throwing the ball hard, and I was like, whoa, started hurting my hand. So when we play catch every day, that's the best part for me, getting to now put in some time with him.
That is so awesome.
It's great. It is great, and I'm not having to run off to work. He has a bowling ball. He ain't really bowling, keeps his attention for about 6 frames, and then there's too much going on in the bowl now. His games, his hot dogs, so we'll see. I'm encouraging him like I did my daughter to try stuff.
Right.
And it's great that my daughter's a single mom, so it's fun being able to help her. As a grandmother, it's fun. I ain't parenting anymore. I'm helping.
Right.
And so it's fun that I'm able to do that with her and with him.
Hey, other than shooting 300, what are 3 things you want to achieve?
Not including ball speed and knee bend. I know that's where you're going. I have winning the Rodman, even if it means it's gonna be a senior title, winning the Rodman is on my list of achievements. I'd rather shoot 800 than 300, to be totally honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, 800 means that's a complete game. Because I've seen people shoot 300 and not shoot 700.
Right.
So if you shoot 800, that means you've had the mindset and the focus to throw, 3 good games, 3 solid, 3 solid games. So to shoot 800, I don't know. 800, I just want to be able to compete. You know what? I tell you what, I like to cash at Lucy. PWBA gives a tournament every year. It's called
Who do you
Strike.
bowl with at the Lucy?
Huh?
Who do you bowl with at the Lucy?
This year I'm bowling with Ron Sims Jr.
Maybe one year we can go.
The last 2 years I bowled with a guy named Danny Incencio out of San Antonio. Years before that, 2 years before the 2 years before that, I bowled with a young man named Warren Reed. He lives here now, but he's from Richmond, Virginia. Mm-hmm. And the first year I bowled with a guy out of Austin. But it is an amazing tournament for a good cause. Mm-hmm. And if you want to see how competitive you are, or where you fit, all you gotta do is you get out there, because they ain't playing. And then they made it, when I first started bowling, it wasn't even a PBA, PWBA qualifier, or they didn't earn points for it. Now they earn points for it, so they all there. It used to be 2 squads, now it's 4. Wow. It's a great tournament, and I'd like to cash at Lucy.
There you go. Hey, Ron Sims, not to put no pressure on you, bro, but you just heard it right there. She liked to cash at the Lucy. You the partner, so you need to step your game up. I'm not putting no pressure though. Hey, do you still have the stare?
Yeah. Yeah. The words don't come with it the way it used to, but I still had that look. It just used to come with some choice words.
Okay, Dewan Clark asks, what is the next level in bowling for Wanda Parker?
I'm gonna start competing on the senior level a little bit. I am officially eligible, and but for 2 years I have kind of fought it and didn't want to accept it. Like, I'm bowling with these young girls, but I think I have accepted it now and decided that I'm gonna do some competing on the senior level. They have a Golden Ladies tournament. It's a big scratch draw. TNBA has senior events. USBC has senior events. So I am going to do some competing, but I'm going to compete a little bit more. Now that I'm retired, and even when I start working again, I'm going to be doing something that I want to do, and it's going to still allow me to compete. I don't play ball anymore, so bowling is my competitive outlet, and so I am going to do with bowling what I didn't do as a kid. I'm going to put that more time, more of that energy into me as a bowler to see where we go.
Okay, there you go.
Actually, to be totally honest, I'd like to work at Storm at a different level. And that's something that I have not, that I'm still looking at, and that I'm still in some conversations with people about. Uh-huh. I'd like to see what the bowling industry looks like from that side.
Okay. Hey, Quentin Wright said or asked, tell me something you've had to endure or overcome in the industry due to being a Black woman or queen on the lanes.
Honestly, because of the arenas that I've chosen to bowl in, I've chosen to bowl in TNBA arenas. I've chosen to bowl in arenas that accept me and there are more of me. Now, I have bowled in situations like here in Texas, we have a tournament called the Blue Bonnet Queens, which is our state tournament, our state scratch tournament, and a lot of Black women don't bowl. And you get the thought, you get the stares, you get the, oh, she thinks she's good, you get the, the snide comments. And for me and a couple of my teammates and friends that have gone out and to bowl, I can show you better than I can tell you. So I don't, regardless if I bowl well or not, I show up. And what you can't take from me is that I show up. I can't say anything about the tournament if I don't come and participate.
Absolutely.
And you can't stop me from participating, no matter what my skin color is. No matter, so the best way to silence critics or change people's narrative is show up.
There you go. Hey, Miss Brown, Kimberly Brown, yes, put those pictures up on the post. We would love to see Wanda Parker when she was bowling younger.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you. That's my sister. I'll kill you. There's actually one on Facebook right now from when we were college.
We don't want that one. We want more.
I'll kill you.
Kimberly Brown, put them up. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
You won't even know it's me. I wear glasses.
It's okay.
You won't even know it's me. You'll be like,
hey, it sounds good. It's okay. Put them up. Since we won't know it's her, put them up. Yeah.
She won't do me that way. She knows we've gotten past that point in life. And remember, I have pictures of you too. When we used to dress alike and I used to braid your hair.
Kim, don't let her threaten you. Don't let her threaten you.
Brandon, I have a question for you. I know this is your interview, but here's a question for you. Do you know what the founding cities of TNBA are?
Absolutely not.
Well, why not?
Because honestly, when I started bowling, I started really, really bowling when I was like 27, somewhere around there, 26, 27. And I never really thought about TNBA. I was always into more football, basketball. That was all me. Bowling was just something I did to go with the homies and go have a good time. And then I started, but I'm giving you more information I should, but no, I don't. And I never looked into it.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
You'd be surprised. And that's the one. And the reason I asked the question is because as our generation, and I'm coming to realize that you are a little younger than I thought.
Hey, I'm 38. I just turned 38.
I ain't asked you all that.
I'm 38.
But I do realize that you are a lot younger than me than I thought you were. But even with your generation, my generation, there's a lot about TNBA that if we knew, we take a lot more pride in. The biggest thing for me is that Toledo is one of the founding cities of TNBA. Right. I take pride in that because I take pride in being from Ohio. You tell me all the time you ain't from Ohio, but I tell you what, you can take the girl out of the Midwest, but you can't take the Midwest out of the girl. I am a proud Ohioan, and I love, and I have no problem telling people I'm from Toledo, Ohio. Toledo, Ohio, especially in the bowling world, and in our bowling world, means something because it was one of the 5 founding cities of TNBA, and that's a big deal for me.
This is my thing here. With the way TNBA is going, do you think it's more of a power thing where they don't want to listen to what we have to say? Or they just like, it's my way or no way? Like, what is it really? Because I'm sure TNBA can be ran way better than what it's going right now.
It's generational. Okay. It's generational. And TNBA is being run like it's always been run. Case in point, DeJuan Clark, our current president, put out an email the other day. And this email said, because of our bylaws, we could not adjust and have elections a different way than we normally have it because the bylaws are written this way. Now, the bylaws don't take in consideration the freaking pandemic going on. This is something that nobody ever expected. Sometimes you got to work on the fly.
Right.
But because they have a charter, they have things written, they don't vary from it. They don't, even in emergency situations, we don't adjust. And I think that's just generational because now we have the technology to do things in a situation like this one. There's no reason that we shouldn't have had elections because people can get on a Zoom conference. People can mail in votes. You already knew who were running. So I think that the officers or the people that we have in the leadership positions of TNBA now, I think it's just generational. It's the way they've always done it. It's the way they've grown up learning it. Right. The way most of them don't do a whole bunch of computer things. Most of them don't do a whole bunch of emailing. I have one at home, and my mother, I see it every day. And my mother's a life member, and my mother bleeds TNBA, loves TNBA. But I recognize that that generation does things differently. And I think the change has to come from suggestions and voices of, just like with this pandemic. Yeah, it might be written that we're supposed to do it this way, but this is an act of God. This is something that we couldn't control. You gotta adjust. You gotta adapt.
Right.
I don't think it's that they don't want to listen because they don't want this organization to die. Yep. I'm telling you, a lot of the people in the leadership roles of this organization, well, the last thing they want to see, they love this organization to their core. They don't want to see it die. But sometimes it's just a thing of hearing other ideas and maybe not changing, but adjusting. Sometimes you got to tweak stuff.
Right. And see, me, on the other hand, as one of the young bowlers, I look at it as we're not down talking TNBA. And I don't want DeJuan or Debbie or any other, anybody else that's listening from TNBA to think we're downplaying TNBA, because we're not. We just want TNBA to continue to get back to the success level to where it was. And I have no clue about it, and I will read up on TNBA. So I don't, as me running this show and having people come on talking about TNBA, I don't want you guys to think that we are just trying to bash TNBA, because that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. I really believe it's just what I'm saying. I just don't think people, our generation, especially at my age, I've seen the Reed Hawthorne when it was the Bacardi Classic in the Canadian Club, where there were two squads. If you didn't get your entry in, you was gonna end up on B squad, which means you both burn and double burn. Because they only order them once.
Right.
And you had to leave your money with Mr. Hawthorne at the end of that tournament to make sure you got in the next year, because that tournament was full. I've seen the Reed Hawthorne you had people, everybody from all over the country that was a TNBA member came to bowl that tournament. It was the scratch tournament. It was where your Rodman against my Rodman against that Rodman, all of them right there. Yeah. So we've seen it where we used to have a Rodman roll off. One of the things that we used to have in TNBA when I really got competitive with TNBA was when you won your region, there was extra money at the national, and they had a roll off for bragging rights and for extra money to be the ultimate Rodman winner for all four regions. Those are the things that we've gotten away from, partly because of money. After 9/11 happened, travel changed. People, you couldn't just necessarily, it's harder to fly with bowling balls now than it used to be. A lot of people's mindset about travel changed. And of course, bowling started, lineage got higher. A lot of things have come into play that have put a wet blanket on a lot of the things with TNBA. But I can remember going to TNBA Nationals, And if you didn't go when you got off the plane, go to the mixed doubles house and buy you some spots,
Yeah.
you got locked out of squads.
Hey, look, here you go. Look, Ron Sims said the mixed doubles was packed like a Snicker bar.
Man,
Hey,
we used to get off the plane, you don't go check into the hotel, you go straight to the mixed doubles house and buy your squads. Because when Friday came, squads were full.
wow.
I'm talking closed. Wasn't no come. You can walk up and sign up. If you walked up at 8 o'clock, you would sign up for the next day in the morning. What we do now, and since you've never seen it that way, it's hard to appreciate it or to understand it. But I promise you, if we could ever get that mindset or that drive for TNBA again, the money would then come. And then we have bowlers that are now smarter about how pots should be ran, how brackets should be ran. When I say smarter, I mean more modern.
Right.
More modern in how money goes and how the things worked. When I first started bowling TNBA, they weren't running brackets. And that's dating myself, but in the 90s, they wasn't running brackets at TNBA. They ran high game pots, beat your average, but wasn't no bracket table. That came later, late 90s, maybe early 2000s, and there was money to be won. You had a bunch of side action. Please believe you had a bunch of side action. There used to be I tell you, at the TNBA National, there used to be two groups of guys, and this is how I met me and the guys from LA. They had a group, and they would bowl the East Coast guys. And it would either be Sunday after the last squad of singles and doubles, or maybe that Friday. But they had a grudge match. The West Coast guys against the East Coast guys. And people would come out to watch that. It was fun.
Wow.
So, to get that kind of energy back for TNBA, it'll make a difference. We just got to figure out how to do that and allow us to still bowl and incorporate some new with the old. I would never say get rid of old. You got to know where you've been in order to get where you're going.
Absolutely.
But you got to incorporate some new with the old in order for it to grow.
Okay. Hey, like I said, I know Dewan Clark. I got him coming on, really soon. I'm gonna reach out. He said he'll come on, and that'll be some good information because, like I said, we all kind of know, what it is, and Dewan gonna come on and share his insight, man. And it's we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully, like I said, we can get some kind of change. Yeah, like you said, you mix the old with the good, and you keep moving forward. And so, I appreciate
times change. We have to change. Evolution.
Yeah. Well, Miss Parker, look, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate your information. I appreciate that beautiful smile of yours.
Thank you for having me.
You already know.
Don't forget my question. You got a few more minutes before he shut this down and send your answers or your entries.
Yeah.
The first Storm had to put out a ball. First ball company to put the TNBA logo on a ball. What ball was it? And what year was it released?
Hey, I seen some answers over here. I seen some people answering. So I don't know what year it was or what ball it was. I have no clue. But Dewan and Debbie are out. So y'all can't even answer.
You can answer, but I'm not sending. I might send you something just for me, but from the Queen. But I'm not sending you nothing for answering that question. Yeah. I love y'all, but I know y'all know the answer.
So, like I said, if y'all didn't hear it, what ball did Storm come out with and have a TNBA logo?
It's the first ball that any ball company ever put the TNBA logo on.
Nope, it's a Storm ball, Michael Curl. Storm.
It's a Storm ball.
Not the hammer chalk. Storm ball. And like I said, I done seen this one answer a whole lot. So I don't know what year it was, but I see this one ball a whole lot.
There's some people out there that know.
Yeah, I'm sure. But look,
I don't think you can Google it though. So if they know, they know. I don't think it's something that you can Google.
Yeah, hey, Google got everything. I don't put it past them. Yeah.
Maybe you're probably right.
Look, hey, Miss Parker, thank you for the great show. I appreciate all my viewers. Hit that share button. Let's get Wanda Parker out there and on the web, man, and let them hear this show. Also, if your friends don't have Facebook, dude, go there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Going Live with Bowtie. It's the same way, man. Let's just get people out here to hear our stories. So, man, Miss Parker, I appreciate it. You know, I love you.
Thank you. Love you back.
Love you. And we'll talk soon. Got you, Miss Parker. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, that was Miss Wanda Parker, and she is super dope, super down to earth. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Ron, you better run for president because we got you. Hey, Ron, you're a great president, but you always have to have an awesome vice president, and Wanda Parker is it. So, guys, hey, thank you. Hit that share button, and dude, be safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Like I said, don't run out there and be the fools that. Thank you, Jay. Don't be the fools that go out there and just run because everything's open. No. Take care of yourself, man. Seriously, I want to see all you guys at tournaments real soon. All right, but not soon to where we over there sick. But I love you guys, man, and you already know what it is. Bowtie out. Peace.